7-4, that's great effort. Good work, mid. Alright, and inside 50 is 11-11. Alright, 11-11, so we get an opportunity. Alright, so back 6, Jesse, good again when you come to the Alright, well done. Back 6 doing well. Stepper, some really hard stuff.
Stepper.
And you're running on as well and giving us something. The boys, what I want to see out from the back is a little bit more movement. We're a little bit stagnant. Alright, we blokes were walking. I want to see Eddie walking. We've spoken about it all week, about what can happen when we're tired. Nothing. We just got to keep going, keep pushing. So keep running. I want to see get up to 45. Let's go, lads. Let's switch. Let's move it on a little bit. Let's test ourselves, yeah? Test ourselves. Get the ball moving. Surf Hart's on the wing again. Nice and guts. Come off. So I want you to spend 5 minutes. Guts in the middle. Real hard running. Then come off, have a spell, go again. All right? You two? You hear me?
Yeah, mate. Go, boys.
Thea and Reese from the flank. Thea, I want a big one from you this quarter.
Thea.
On their side, starting to get a bit tired. I need you just to break the tackles, crash, and then some blocks in the middle, make it a little bit easier for our blokes to run through and hit. Richie, great game.
Great game, Richie.
Leading the way and scoring your teammate.
Go, Rich.
Righto, really nice and tight.
Go, boys.
36 points.
Come on, boys. Come on. We've done it before, boys. Let's do it again.
Right, I can get a lot closer. I reckon they're finished now, like you said. I reckon they've had enough. They've backed it in once for next week. We can put the pedal down. Alright, we can put the pedal down. Let's get fucking everything out of ourselves. Everything out of yourself this quarter. And you know what I'm missing? Juice is kicking goals and everyone's going, yeah, good work, Juice.
Get around.
Get up.
Well, welcome everyone, and welcome Barry to the Barry Peatling Football Show.
And welcome to you, Colin Sutcliffe, and all my viewers everywhere around the world and in the state. And it's a very cold, wet day in Chelsea.
It is a little bit wet. I'm sort of got the long pants out today, so.
Yeah, I mean you're a bit of a masochist most time with shorts on, but it's about 8 degrees.
Yeah, not too bad, but a bit of rain about. Now, before we get into the big game against Edithvale Aspendale, the Dales, let's have a look at this headline here, which was in the newspaper, the Mail Times Special.
I think it's the anniversary, about 3 years today. I went up there, Colin, just between you and me and the viewers, and I thought we'd just get it out. I went up there, I sort of rang up Murray Lawson a couple of weeks before, and I said, look, I think they may have picked my best side in the league. He said, Barry, I'll get you under the Paul character, and they'll organise an interview. So I went up there about 2 weeks later and done the interview, and expecting it when they give me they've done the interview too about the side and everything, but I was expecting about probably 4 or 5, 8 inches square.
Yeah, just little.
And it comes out and
not about as big as that.
The front page and the back page and the full back page, and there I picked my best side in the Rimmer League from the 60s.
Yeah, okay, and you developed a bit of a name up there in the 60s, particularly in that league. You played a few good years.
I was a star, Colin, put them mildly.
Well, you made the vice captain on this team.
Well, no one complained about that either. I had a few replies over the next few months, and actually they told me that they sold an extra 300 papers that weekend. So there you go. There was a bit of.
So if you do have a complaint, just drop Barry a line, just make a comment, and he'll reply to that.
You can read the team out for the viewers out there.
Well, we've got a few hot players here. We got Morris Marks, Wes Richardson.
We can tell you, you can read from the back line right through, and I'll give you a quick.
I don't want to bore everybody. We've read the.
No, people know who's in the side.
You got Max Woodward. You got Daryl Howland, Jim Pearce, Gary
Lees from Minyip,
Wes Warwick
from Nil,
Denny Lindsay
from Ottawa,
and you've got Ron Kemp from Horsham, and Mick Simon. He was a captain coach. I said Morris Marks already. Wes Richardson, Graham Klein, Roger Webb.
Right, Graham Klein was the best centre forward in the competition for about 10 years.
Charlie Toohey, any relation to the Sydney player?
Who knows? Probably
Ian Morgan.
Champion from Rapania, of course, everyone knows Ian Morgan.
Robert Dunlop. We got the Rucks, Colin Wilson.
From Melbourne. He was, I made him captain.
Coach, yeah. And then you got Merv Hayward.
Played for Stawell.
And then yourself, Barry
Peatling, first row. I was the best rower in the competition for 5 years, I reckon.
Okay. Interchange, Johnny Ryan.
Johnny Ryan from Rapania, my mate.
Graham Gross.
From Nil, he's another rover.
Yeah, and you had Kevin Della.
From Horsham, yeah.
Robert Shipsides from Dimbola. Larry Harris and Peter Sheridan.
Peter Sheridan, very good friend of mine, he's on the road. There was some good rovers up there back in them days. But it was a pretty good coverage, Colin.
Okay, well, let's get into the game. Tell us what the weather conditions were like.
For all my viewers out there, I've got my sophisticated sophisticated glasses on today because it's a bit dark in Chelsea, and I'm not putting the light on because it's no good for this. That was a pretty good day, Colin, apart from the middle of the ground. The ground was pretty good, Nick, but the middle of the ground was like a little bog.
Okay.
Come out
well, we've had a bit of weather lately over the last couple of weeks.
There's always been a bog in the middle of the ground down at
6th Avenue and
we got a turf week in
Aspendale.
There's no bog in our ground.
Yeah, it's pretty good there. Any changes?
Yeah, there's a lot of changes, Colin. Out was Brisbane. I don't know whether he was dropped or injured or not, but Nightingale played in the second. Marusik, the star last week, he wasn't out because he broke a nose when he got KO'd, Colin. Had a bit of a crook stomach. Bit of a virus. Shame. And Nathan Harrington, they were the ones out. In comes Greg Nizer, a very welcome return. Travis Graham, Colin, he's got something. I'll tell you something about this little fella.
Is he new?
Minutes. Played in under 18s, and I'll tell you about him later. Truey and Chrissy Hatchis will over from the seconds.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him before. Okay, let's get into the game then. The first quarter.
So I'll give the first half. The first half we started very well again, Colin. We kicked the first goal. It's 2 weeks in a row I kicked the first score of the game against top sides.
Yeah.
Jackson Arthur again started brilliantly, Colin. This fella's come of age of ruckman. I'll tell you something about him later. Played very well in the ruck all day. Bradley Clark was playing pretty well on the ball. And Joel Connolly kicked a couple early goals. Took some very good marks during the day, Joel Connolly. And Travis Graham, mentioned about he started pretty well on the wing. Of course, Joel Connolly, he's marking very well early doors, Colin. Getting pack marks, very good. But it was a pretty even first half.
What was the score at the half time, you know?
I didn't know write that down. How dope in mind, but
that's okay.
There wasn't much in it.
It was pretty close. What, a few goals? 2 or 3 goals?
Only about 2 or 3 goals.
2 or 3 goals.
Last time, yeah.
Yep. Okay. And so
we're looking pretty good.
Looking okay in the first half. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about the second half then.
Well, the Mannix brothers started to take control. Talbot, this little Roden, number 30 something like number 30, and Bradley Tagg took control after half time. They just took kick goals, especially in the last quarter. They kicked 7-9 in the last quarter. 7-9. Can you believe it? Could have been. But we just stopped running. It was same old story, mate. The last few weeks we started off all right and run out of pace or fitness, or I don't know what's going on. But
give us the final score then, Darren, for the viewers.
Well, for the final score, Chelsea kicked 7 goals, 5. We kicked 3 in the first quarter, I think. We only kicked 4 for the rest of the game.
Wow.
2, 17, 26. Can you believe it?
Okay, then we'll give us the goal kickers.
Joel Connolly kicked 5 goals straight. Who kicked the other 2 goals? Not sure, but there was only one single goal kickers. But Joel Connolly was the main goal kicker again, and
5 goals, boy.
Straight, and he took about probably 8 marks in the pack. Brilliant.
Wow. Okay, well, give us the group of best players.
Well, there wasn't too many good players after half time, Colin. I'll tell you now. I don't know whether it's fitness or just lack of discipline or lack of something. The last quarter they just got all over us. And not in order here.
We're going to give us the votes then.
Richard, I actually forgot to mention him last week. Richard Buris, he did play a good game last week. Did I mention him in the best players last week? I mentioned this time, Richard. Sorry about that.
Special mention.
He can play this. No, there's no votes. This is best players.
Oh, best players. Okay.
Richard Burisic, Bradley Clark, Joel Connolly, Travis Graham, Jackson Arthur, and Ryan Stewart.
Okay. 1 vote.
1 vote to Bradley Clark for a good 4-quarter game. He's a tough little fella too, and he gets a hard ball and he delivers it well too.
2 votes.
2 votes to Jackson Arthur. He's come of age, this fellow, the ruckman. He was, I reckon, between 20 and 25 hit-outs, Colin.
I haven't heard you mention him before.
Well,
really?
He played in the ruck last week. He said, I mentioned him last week. He started very well last week too in the ruck, and but he's getting better. And he was giving away about 3 inches to these other fellas, and he was tapping about these on ball.
Anyway,
a very good game, Jackson. Arthur, you're going to be a
2 votes.
ruckman.
So that's now 3 votes.
3 votes to Joel Connolly for kicking his 5 goals, taking about 8 and 9 marks. Played well all day, Joel. He battled hard and great effort, Joel. Keep it up.
So I'd like to say now that the Barry Peatling Best and Fairest Award is wide open, I think.
It's very wide open.
Wide open.
That's the way it should be.
Wide open, so it's
no
across the board.
Like the last couple of years, and Lewis and Carpenter. But No, Joel Conley, he's just finished. I told you a few weeks ago, he's just finished his been since he's been in the club, I reckon, and he's got himself motivated, and he's got a bit of mongrel in him. He likes to roar out and frighten the fellas, but took some beautiful marks here on Saturday.
Well, let's talk about the game a little bit.
Well, there's not too much to talk about, Colin. It's sort of the same old story. We start off all right, get their confidence up, and all of a sudden, after the third quarter, they started running all over us. We wasn't manning up, and there was just lack of discipline, Colin. I mean, you've got to man up, mate. When you're playing the back line, you just sort of pick someone up. Even if it's not yours, if he's loose. And I said a couple of fellas I was watching, I said, we better stop the game, have a counter. There seemed to be too many players on the ground. They might have jumped over the fence and just popped in and popped off. No, they were just too, I don't know what's going on. You've got to get yourself back to the basics and sort of learn how to chase and man up and sort of keep your mind on the job for 110 minutes.
Any other comments?
Yeah, I must mention about Jackson Arthur's game. He really does. He's come from sort of not nowhere, but he's given away 3 inches. Even last week but he's got an extraordinary leap. He can jump up, and he was after half time. He's palming the ball there, looking to the on balls, and he is keep it up, Jackson. You're going all right. You're going to be a top ruckman.
Yeah, okay,
so
fair enough. That's about all of the game. They need to man up. There's some rumblings over there, though, isn't there?
Well, no, not rumblings. They just when you're not playing well, everyone starts making things up. But you just got to get back to the basics, Colin. Train hard.
So that's your main message, then?
Yeah, back to the basics and man up and get out to the ground and get the ball, take a mark, and try and direct the pass to whoever's loose on. For God's sake, just.
Have we got fitness issues?
No, I don't think the fitness. I think it's a bit of lack of confidence. You know, they start off all right, and.
Okay. Oh, here we go again.
Well.
Yeah.
They kicked 1 goal 2 on Saturday before they scored. Yes, and we've been by 83 points.
Crazy, isn't it? Well, let's switch from one team to another. One that's giving you a little bit of excitement, and that's the Tigers.
The Mighty Tigers are going to make a little bit of a statement right here and now, Colin, about the Tigers.
Yeah, what's that?
They could make top 4.
What?
So
wow.
Look out.
Not even 8. You're not even talking about 8. You're talking about
top 4.
The
8. They've got the next 4 games. They've got a pretty. They're all hard games. They've got next 4 is North Melbourne, Footscray, St Kilda, and some other mob. But
mark them all down. Wins.
Yeah, we will. How many we won in a row now? 3.
Yeah. You had a good start to the season, then you got the speed wobbles, and then you've come back a little bit again.
They will make the top 4. So, what's the date today?
It's June the
mark it down.
19th.
Predicts Richmond to make the
June
top
the
4.
17th.
June the 17th.
Yep.
Write that down. Crickling predicts Tigers will make the top 4.
Fair enough.
There's no.
And you got some breaking news about Melbourne for the viewers.
Oh, wow!
The viewers who don't know.
Mark Neal is still there this morning, but he's sacked now.
He's sacked. Yeah. Got the sack.
Well, I can't.
Who should take over?
Oh, they're taking. What's his name? That South African.
Neil Craig.
South Australian coach.
Yeah.
He'll be just filling in.
He'll fill in the note.
They should be all sacked.
And who should they get in? Maybe.
Neil Craig. He's.
No, but for next year.
Oh, that's Melbourne's problem. Jeff Kennett wants a coach.
Maybe they
he
could
wants a coach and be a president.
Who's the Port Melbourne coach? Gary Ayres. Maybe him.
I don't give a stuff who they get, but he's lucky to be. I thought he would have been sacked 6 weeks ago.
Fair enough. Anyway, there's some breaking news for you viewers.
Big deal.
Well, let's get on to the Cheerios. Any Cheerios?
Yeah, well, my old mate PH had a little bit of an operation last week. He's having this keyhole. He had that keyhole surgery, which is you got to think the bone was nervous pressing on his bone. He reckons he's had it for 2 years. I said, when are you going to get it done? He said, Barry, I've been screaming out me missus. Because he's a tough fella, Phil. And he, anyway, finally had the surgery. I don't know how he got it. He was going, beg your pardon, he was going to have the surgery last week. So I presume he's alright. But sort of 4 or 5 hours on hospital and really. But the keyhole surgeons, it's amazing what they do now, Tom.
It is, isn't it?
Too clever, aren't they?
Any other Cheerios?
Oh, yeah, cheer out of Shandy and Carlos, of course, and my little darling Annie and Carla and Lloyder and Jimmy and Ariane. There's a big crew up there.
All your Filipino fans.
All my fans.
What about the other?
And all my overseas, and Tony from Latvia, ex-Chelsea fan. I think he's going right in Latvia, haven't been shot or dead cut off. But they're not going too fast, Tony.
It's probably better being in Latvia at the moment.
Well, I don't know who he supports. He probably supports the soccer side of it, does he?
Probably, yeah.
Anyway, look after yourself, Tony, and keep viewing, and I'll keep update what's going on, and see you next time.
That's goodbye from me.
Bye bye.
7-4, that's great effort. Good work, Mick. Alright, and inside 50 is 11-11. Alright, 11-11, so we get an opportunity. Alright, so back 6, Jesse, good again when you come to the Alright, well done. Back 6 doing well. Stepper, some really hard stuff.
Stepper.
And you're running on as well and giving us something. The boys, what I want to see out from the back is a little bit more movement. We're a little bit stagnant. Alright, we blokes were walking. I want to see any walking. We've spoken about it all week, about what can happen when we're tired. Nothing. We just got to keep going, keep pushing. So keep running. I want to see us hit up at 45. Let's go, Latchel. Let's switch. Let's move it on a little bit. Let's test ourselves, yeah? Test ourselves. Get the ball moving. Surf Harp's on the wheel again. Nice and guts. Come off. So I want you to spend 5 minutes, guts in the middle, real hard running, then come off, have a spell, go again. Alright? You too? You hear me?
Yeah, mate. Go, boys.
Thea and Reese from the flank. Thea, I want a big one from you this quarter.
Right, Thea.
On their side, starting to get a bit tired. I need you just to break the tackles, crash. And then some blocks in the middle, make it a little bit easier for our blokes to run through and hit. Richie, great game.
Great game, Richie.
Leading the way, scoring your teammate.
Down, Rich.
Righto, really nice and tight.
Go, boys.
36 points.
Come on, boys. Come on. Fucking we've done it before, boys. Let's do it again.
Right, I reckon get a lot closer. I reckon they're finished now, like you said. I reckon they've had enough. They've backed it in once for next week. We can put the pedal down. Alright, we can put the pedal down. Let's get fucking everything out of ourselves. Everything out of yourself this quarter. And you know what I'm missing? Juice is kicking goals and everyone's going, yeah, good work, Juice.
Get around.
Get up, Brayden, get up.